Good morning, students. Welcome back to 8th standard science class. Let us start with the continuation of the lesson Matter Unit 4. In previous week, I explained about symbols of elements. Now I will conduct about the classification of elements. Elements are classified into three categories such as metals, non-metals and metalloids. Now first we learn about metals. The elements such as iron, copper, silver and gold are some of the examples for the metals. Now we learn about the properties of metals. First one, physical state. Metals are solid state under normal temperature and pressure. But except mercury. Mercury is the only metal which is liquid state at room temperature. Second one, hardness. Most of the metals are hard. We are not able to break down it. But except sodium and potassium, which is very soft and even to be cut it by knife. So sodium and potassium are the only soft metals. Luster, that means the appearance of metals. All the metals are shine in nature. The shiny property of metal is known as metallic luster. And fourth one, density. Metals are generally have high density because the metals are very hard in nature except sodium and potassium. And fifth one, melting point and boiling point. Metals are generally have high melting point and boiling point except some metals are sodium, potassium and mercury. And sixth one, tensile strength. The capacity to withstand strain without breaking is known as tensile strength. That is, the strengthness of the metal is known as tensile strength. Iron has high tensile strength, so it is used to construct building, bridge, railway track and etc. Seventh one, malleability. That means when we hammer the metal, it is converted into thin sheet. Such property is known as malleability. For example, aluminum and silver metals, when we hammer it and it converted into aluminum and silver thin foil sheets. And eighth one, ductility. The property of converting the metals into thin wires is known as ductility. Example, copper wire. And ninth one, conductivity. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. That means they allow the passage of heat and electricity. Here the example of this is copper wire, which is a good conductor of heat and electricity. So we are used that copper wire in the electrical appliances. And tenth one, sonorous. If you hit the metal, it produces a typical sound. This property is known as sonorous. So this property is used in making temple bells. When we hit the bell, it produces some sound. Next we learn about non-metals. An element or substance that do not has the property of metal is known as non-metal. Example for non-metals are carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, hydrogen, oxygen, diamond, etc. Next we learn about the physical properties of non-metal. First one, physical states. Non-metals are solid, liquid and gaseous state at room temperature. They exist in all the three states. Example for solid state non-metal is sulfur and carbon. And the example for liquid state non-metal is bromine. And the example for gaseous state non-metal is oxygen, nitrogen and hydrogen gases. Second one, hardness. Non-metals are generally not hard except diamond. Diamond is the only non-metal which is hard in nature. And third one, luster. That means the non-metals have dull appearance except graphite. And fourth one, density. Non-metals are soft in nature, so they have low density. Fifth one, melting point and boiling point. Non-metals have low melting point and boiling point. And sixth one, tensile strength. Tensile strength means strongness of metals, but non-metals are very soft in nature, so they do not have tensile strength. And seventh one, malleability. Non-metals are not malleable. If you hammer the non-metals, they break down into powder because they are very soft in nature. And eighth one, ductility. Non-metals are not ductile except carbon wire. Only that carbon is converted into thin wires. Ninth one, sonorous. Non-metals do not produce sound when we hit. And tenth one, conductivity. Non-metals are bad conductor of electricity. Now we learn about the comparative study of metals and non-metals. We already learned about the properties of metals and non-metals separately. Now we compare the properties of both metals and non-metals. First one, physical state. Metals are generally solid in nature, occasionally liquid. Example for liquid state metal is mercury. And non-metals exist in three states. They are solid, liquid and gaseous states. Malleability. Metals are good malleable in nature, but non-metals are poor malleable. And ductility. Metals contain good ductile properties, but non-metals are poor ductile properties because it is very soft. And melting and boiling point. Metals are usually contain high melting and boiling point. Non-metals are low melting and boiling point. And density. Metals are usually contain high density because it is very hot, and non-metals are usually low density because it is very soft in nature. And conductivity. Metals are the good conductor of electrical and heat, but non-metals are poor conductor of thermal and electrical. Next we learn about the uses of metals. First one, iron. Iron is used for making bridge, building, railway tracks and engine parts etc. because iron contain high tensile strength. And second one, copper. It is used for making electrical wires and coins. And third one, silver and gold. It is used for making jewels. And fourth one, mercury. It is used in thermometer to check our body temperature. And fifth one, aluminium. It is used to make the parts of aeroplane. Sixth one, lead. It is used in automobile batteries and X-ray machines. Next, uses of some of the non-metals. First one, diamond. We already know diamond is used for making jewels. And second one, sulfur. Sulfur is used in manufacturing of gunpowder. And third one, phosphorus. Phosphorus is used in matchbox manufacturing factories. And fourth one, nitrogen. Nitrogen is used in manufacture of ammonia gas. And fifth one, chlorine. Chlorine is used in bleaching, that is cleaning agent. And sixth one, hydrogen. Hydrogen is used as a rocket fuel and its flame is used in welding purpose. So students, I hope you understand about the properties of metals and non-metals and the uses of metals and non-metals. Once again, I thanks to all.